Levi's outside, Brady Dufik in the 11. 74 is Brandon Moffel. Brandon's outside, last week's feature winner, the 51 of Jacob Walding. The 07 is Brooke Osler in the 07. 35 JR Taylor Brown in the 22A of Tony Anderson. Have to see if Brady Dufik makes the call in the 11. Had some trouble in the hot lap session. Got 6 cars scheduled to have 7, so we'll see who we're missing as the green flag waves here in heat race number 2. Levi Volkert on the bottom of the speedway will take the lead in that 7-1-2. Jacob Walding second. Taylor Brown, the 35 JR, rolls in that 3rd spot, followed by Moffley and Dufek. The 07 car, Brooke Osler, pulled into the infield as her hood popped up. So the 07 has to pull that car into the infield. Looks like Tony Anderson not making the call in the 22. As out front, Levi Volkert in the 7-1-2 holds that top spot. Jake Walding off last week's feature win, working the top side, trying to keep the momentum wound up in that 51 car. Azure Sport Compacts running a little bit higher line than the Sport Mods did earlier on. But out front, Levi Volkert in the 7-1-2 is your leader. Levi's been traveling around a little bit this spring. Seen him at, I believe, Boone one time, Marshalltown a couple times. So Levi definitely has that race niche, wanting to do some racing early on this season. But being right here from Correctionville, glad to have him supporting the local tracks. As this time by the flag stand, 4 down, 2 to go for your race leader in the 7-1-2, Levi Volkert. Back in the pack, the 11 of Brady Dufek and the 74, Brandon Moffel battle for position. But out front, it is all Levi Volkert, smooth and steady as she goes. Continues to be your leader. Dufek takes the 4th spot ahead of Moffel. A little bit of a bobble off turn 4, but it's not going to matter. Checkered flag waves. Your heat race winner is the 7-1-2, Levi Volkert. Second to Jacob Walding. Third to 35, JR Taylor Brown. Fourth to the 11 of Brady Dufik. The 74, Brandon Moffel will be 5th. And the 07 of Brooke Osler will be scored in that 6th spot. Tough break for Brooke. I'm not sure if anybody caught it or not, but as Brooke in the 07 took that car into turns 1 and 2, the hood just popped up right up under covering the windshield. So Brooke took some evasive actions and got into the infield and was able to not cause any issues, but thankfully, hopefully damage not too much. We'll be able to have the 07 car back out come feature time. Heat race number 2 rolling onto the track momentarily for your M&T Motorsports IMCA Sport Compacts. If you're tuned in on Advantage Racing TV or in on Facebook, you can actually see what we're looking at. Right as she entered turn 1, the 07 machine, the hood just slammed right up on the windshield and took the action, took that hard left-hand turn, got into the infield to avoid any issues. Inside of row number 3 up from Omaha, the 8A of Anthony Clark. And starting at the tail of the field, 6th car in line, 6 laps, Gilbert Eldape in the 7G. Got some very fast cars here in heat race number 2. Anthony Clark and Tyler Thompson and Gilbert Eldape put on a heck of a show last night over at Park Jefferson Speedway. Tyler Thompson and Anthony Clark both in the top 5 last week as well. So have to see how everything shakes off here in heat race number 2 for your M&T Motorsports IMCA Sport Compacts. Off of turn 4, green flag waves. That means it's time to go. Off into turn 1, first car that'll make it off of turn 2 will be the 69V of Danny Vanderveen. A little bit of a decal or a little duct tape job on that one as he looks like he might have borrowed a car for this week. Look out, Skylar Savage made a little contact. Vanderveen gets her point in the right direction. We'll stay clean and green, but that allows Tyler Thompson to take the top spot in the 15T. Gilbert Eldape side by side with Danny Vanderveen for that 2nd spot. Anthony Clark back there trying to find a way into this battle for the top spot as well. But pushing down the cushion, top side of the speedway, your leader continues to be Tyler Thompson. Gilbert Eldape works the bottom line trying to get around Thompson, but Thompson has the momentum in that 15 car, wound up on the top of the speedway. Now Anthony Clark does the bottom. Eldape slides down to try to block. Danny Vanderveen trying to find an opening as well, but it's still Tyler Thompson in the 15. Anthony Clark working the bottom side of the speedway. He's made the trip up from Omaha the last couple of weeks. And trying to move to the front. That 8 car been very fast everywhere we've seen him here this season. As they come off of turn 4, 2 to go this time for Tyler Thompson. Anthony Clark, Gilbert Eldape, Danny Vanderveen, your top 4. Kyle Reed and Skylar Savage round out the field. As Anthony Clark again dives to the bottom, but can't quite get the grip off the bottom of turn 4 as the white flag will wave one more time around. Tyler Thompson is your leader in the 15T. Anthony Clark trying to make that bottom line work. But it seems like here at the bottom of 4, Clark can't get the grip to hold the speed down low. As right here, it seems like he stalls out just a bit, and that allows Tyler Thompson to hold on and pick up the heat race win. Anthony Clark second, Gilbert Eldape third, Danny Vanderveen fourth. Fifth will be the 38S of Kyle Reed. And Skylar Savage will round out the field. As we mentioned, great cars there in heat race number 2, and they put on quite a show at the front of the field with Tyler Thompson picking up the win in the 15 machine. Good to see Tyler back in the Sport Compacts. So he spent a couple of years wrenching on his brother's car, but now he's back doing his own thing in the IMCA Sport Compact division. And as you would expect, very quick early on here in the 2023 season. Heat race number 3 onto the speedway. Your starting lineup scheduled to look like this. Jacob Hellman, the 24H, the 442 of Mike Vogt, the 21M of Cullen Gossage, the 16 of Dalton Woodle, and the 20 of Nick Hale. Your 5 cars set to go here in heat race number 3 as the green flag waves. Mike Vogt in the 442. Going to pull to the race lead off of turn number 4. The 24R machine of Nathan Recker pulls into second. Dalton Woodle on the outside of the 16, the 21M of Cullen Gossage, and Nick Hale rounding out the field. Mike Vogt was very strong early on last week in the 442. Have him back out front here in heat race number 3. Dalton Woodle working the top side of the speedway, trying to keep that car wound up and keep the momentum in the 16 machine. Nathan Recker in the 24. He still holds the second spot, but here comes Woodle to the outside. Lower line this time through turns 1 and 2. Woodle gets a good bite. Drive down the backstretch, trying to take over that top spot, or that second spot behind Mike Vogt. Vogt continues to lead in the 442. Second this time by is the 16 of Daniel Woodle. Woodle again will look to the higher line as Vogt's been committed all the way to the hub down on the inside. Woodle trying to keep that momentum on top side of the speedway, this time by the flag stand, 1 to go. Vogt locked to the bottom. Woodle trying a higher line, this time goes to his rear bumper through turns 1 and 2. Will Woodle make a big move in 3 and 4 to try to pick up the heat race win? As they enter turn 3, Woodle on the top side. Vogt's got it locked down low, going to push up the track. Both cars push up as they come off turn number 4. Mike Vogt picks up the win ahead of Dalton Woodle, Nathan Recker, Cullen Gossage, and Nick Hale will round out the field. Looks like Jacob Hellman, the 24H machine, did not make the call here for heat race number 3 for your IMCA Sport Compacts. So he was very strong early on last week, trying to repeat it again this week. Driver of the 442 in the M&T Motorsports IMCA Sport Compacts, Mike Vogt, picking up heat race number 3. Once again, your front row is Taylor Brown in the 35JR and Tyler Thompson in the 15T. Tyler picked up the win last night across the street at Park Jefferson Speedway. Starting third, the 51 of Jacob Walding. He was our feature winner last week here last Sunday night. So Taylor Brown, a former track champion. So like I said, some serious heat at the front of the field here as we are set to go feature racing with the M&T Motorsports IMCA Sport Compacts off of turn number 4. Josh gives him the green flag. It is time to go feature racing 15 laps with your Sport Compacts. Taylor Brown on the bottom, Tyler Thompson on the outside. They're still wheel to wheel into turn 3. Thompson drives it in deep into 3 and 4. Off the top side of the speedway at the line, it will be Tyler Thompson, just barely over Taylor Brown. Thompson down in 1 and 2. Brown stays on the bottom side of the speedway. Brown not giving up the fight just yet. Slower car will cause Brown to push up just a bit. Levi Volkert wants to join this dance as well. Don't count out the 712 of Levi Volkert now to the outside of Taylor Brown, but Brown looks to the inside of Thompson, can't complete the pass. Top 3 cars, bit of a breakaway back to Danny Vanderveen, Jake Waldman, Gilbert Aldape, and the rest of the field. As Volkert got high off 4, cost himself some real estate to the top 2. It's Thompson, Brown, Volkert, Vanderveen, and Aldape, your top 5. Danny Vanderveen working the bottom of the speedway, trying to get to the inside of Levi Volkert, but cannot. Back in the pack, Dalton Woodle and Gilbert Aldape continue to battle for position. 16 on the inside with the 7 outside. Anthony Clark in the 8 wants to join as well. As into turns 3 and 4, back towards the front of the field, Levi Volkert looks to the outside of Taylor Brown, but Brown holds on to second. Dalton Woodle holds on to 5th. Battle for second, battle for 5th. As Taylor Brown and Levi Volkert switch roles, Volkert to the bottom, Brown up top, Danny Vanderveen right there in the tire tracks. As Tyler Thompson, once again your leader at the line, second is Levi Volkert by the smallest of margins. Danny Vanderveen wants to join this tussle as well, as now 2, 3, and 4 go nose to tail into turn 3. Same with 5, 6, and 7 as they're battling for position back in the pack. It's Tyler Thompson, your leader, Levi Volkert, Taylor Brown, Danny Vanderveen, and at the line, Anthony Clark holds down the 5th spot. Gilbert Aldape and Dalton Woodle have been side by side seemingly every lap, the 7G and the 16. Now they're side by side for the 6th spot. As Tyler Thompson beginning to encounter the back of the pack. Thompson will stay committed to the top side through turns 3 and 4. Levi Volkert second, Taylor Brown, Danny Vanderveen, Anthony Clark, your top 5. Tyler Thompson almost a 2-second advantage. And now has a lap car between himself and Levi Volkert. Volkert will move to the top side. Seems like most of your front-running cars have run to the top side of the speedway now here in the Sport Compact main event. Danny Vanderveen all over Taylor Brown for that the 3rd spot, battle for 3rd and 4th. Anthony Clark, Gilbert Aldape is reeled them in as well, as 2 through 6 are now nose to tail. Meanwhile, Tyler Thompson almost a full straightaway advantage in the 15. Danny Vanderveen goes to the bottom of 1 and 2. Can't quite complete the pass around Taylor Brown. Vanderveen again to the bottom. Looks out. Gets a little tail happy. Might cost him that 3rd spot as it's going to give Brown the advantage. Opens the door for Anthony Clark as well. Taylor Brown, Danny Vanderveen side by side. Anthony Clark in that tussle as well for positions 3, 4, and 5. Gilbert Aldape joins as well. But Tyler Thompson is gone like yesterday, gone like my checking account. He is out of here. Still nose to tail for positions 3 through 6 with Danny Vanderveen now 3rd. Anthony Clark on the bottom as the white flag waves. Clark will slide up. Taylor Brown across back over to take 4th back as Danny Vanderveen 3rd. As he heads into turns 3 and 4, we'll call it the weekend sweep. Picking up their win in your MT Motorsports IMCA Sport Compacts. First to the checkered flag, Tyler Thompson. Second to Levi Volkert, Danny Vanderveen 3rd, Taylor Brown 4th, Anthony Clark at the line 5th by 87 1/1000ths of a second, with Gilbert Aldape taking the 6th spot. Well, he was awful fast last night picking up the win. He's back in a Sport Compact after years turning some wrenches. And they call it the weekend sweep for the driver of the 15T, Tyler Thompson, getting back into victory lane.
Tyler Thompson back on the Sport Compact scene. Didn't take you very long to get to victory lane. How'd that race go for you right from the front row?
It was pretty good. Just had to hold my line and didn't really push it as hard as I needed to or wanted to. Just got out front and just waited for somebody to either show me a nose or something, or I don't know. The track was real nice, and I love it when the track's like that because it's slow and it's a driver's track, and it's just I like coming in. I'll come here more often now because tracks like this is great.
All right, great job, Tyler. Congratulations on your first Sport Compact win, back in the seat.